Alright guys, we'll get started in just a minute. There we go. Don't forget to post your name. Alright, tonight we got ourselves another Star Trek 50th Anniversary Archive box. We're still sponsored by Blowout Cards. There it is. Short and sweet, because I am beat. I didn't even mean for that to rhyme. I've got so much packing. I still have sorting to do. I've got the Star Trek Next Generation. Those archive box breaks ended late last night, early this morning. The Orville break just finished. I still have sets to sort on that, base sets. And I only just barely started on the Rick and Morty, sorting those base cards. I made sure I got all the inserts sorted so I knew how much were going to every spot. Alright, there they are. Let's turn this in just a little bit more. Back her up. You can just catch my fat belly. Okay, let's start with box A. So the big draw on this are the captain's autographs, if you guys all remember. So you're going to get William Shatner, Patrick Stewart, Scott Bakula, Kate Mulgrew, and Avery Brooks. Also, there's this big monster book, which does not fit much of anything. It's a big, what is it? It's a piece of the bridge. Can't remember now what it was. I know it was a big piece. Just says Enterprise. I don't like opening it because I don't want to take a chance of messing with the spine, but it's a big piece of the Enterprise in there. But this top loader is so thick it doesn't even fit in a team bag. I think the last one I did, I actually cut the team bags and like taped a couple of them together to make it fit. So we'll get to that. There's our case topper. So also, the only thing that's unknown in this whole archive box are going to be the what printing plates we get, plus there will be 2 sketch cards in here somewhere. So these are all inserts. These, remember the phaser cut cards? These really remind me of the old Pacific stuff. Love them. And then these were the Emily Tester, right? Emily Tester insert set. Somebody with a better memory than me, I'm pretty sure that when we opened up actual cases of this, you could pull the original artwork, and that they were drawn at card size. They were not drawn larger and scaled down, so that way the original artwork could be inserted into the product. And we pulled, I want to say it was Dr. Bashir. Alright, so this is one of the dual relics. They come in soft sleeves. I'm not taking them out. That was DRC4. And it's body. I gotta come up with some intro music for you. You're always there. I feel like you're like Kramer from Seinfeld. You just come busting through the door. Alright, so there's our first sketch. And no name on the back. I can't quite. Might be cover. Tester, Mazer. I'm gonna pull up the checklist real quick for this. I just want to see if Cover is one of the artists in this. And then I'll show it to you in a minute. Also, when I put it up on the camera, I'll be able to see it a lot closer. But I want to go to the artist list. Alright, let's see. Roy Cover is one of them, so I'm pretty sure that's who it is. When I get the other sketch, I'll show you both at the same time. Tester, tester, tester. Tester, tester, tester. I tell you, these cards are awesome. I mean, like that artwork. The fact that she can do artwork like that on a standard trading card. I mean, some of these people, I am definitely jealous of the quality of work that they can do. Tester, tester, tester. I mean, just to get the shading. I mean, like look at the shading on his visor and stuff. This one's thick, so I guess this is another relic. This is DRC6. Holy cow, who is this? We got our second sketch. I can't see the name. Oh, there it is. It's like there's two different names on it. I remember, what was that? Jack High and Jason Portraz. I don't know if that's who this is or not, but alright, so I'll show you the first one. Start far away, and then we'll, that's upside down. And see, we get up close and see if that does say Cover. As we wait for the camera to focus. And it never did, so pull away. We'll get it to focus. There you go. So is that a cover? Doesn't it usually spell it a little bit cleaner than that? But I think that's what that says. Who else is there that has a... Cleveland trying. Yeah, I mean it's not any of those other C's, so that's got to be a cover. Oops, sorry, and as I was drifting off, so I'm looking. All right, so that was sketch number 1. All right, you guys ready for sketch number 2? You sure? Look at this thing. Holy cow. Get nice and close. Alright, so I don't know what those top one is. I mean, do they even have... I mean, Portrads, or however you pronounce it, he is on here. So I'm not sure if that's them or not. But I think that is a pretty amazing sketch. Tester. There's our Kirk phaser. Some more testers. And then with her. All right, Mason, did you see the signature on it? Do you agree with me? I mean, I got to go look up one of his other signatures. This is number 5 on the duels. I mean, I definitely know the signature, but I'm just, that's the only JP initials. Now, it's been so long since I've seen it, but is that Khan? These are all testers. I remember him being all wrapped up because of the planet that they were stranded on. Two packs here. This feels like another duel in here. Yeah, and then there's something on top of it. This is duel number 1. But I remember there was always, it was at Jason Portraits, and then it was like Jack High, something like that. I can't remember the other name exactly, but I mean, I'm guessing that that's what that is. And I know at some point there was one set that we got some sketches of where they didn't work on them together, and then like the name was on it, but then it was like crossed off or something. But I just, you know, again, I just remember the signature being like they said their names. They spelled them out. And number 3 on the duels. Alright, I got a question now. There's 5 people on here. Did George Takei, did he ever sign for a Star Trek product? Yeah, and then there was, but it was funny because I just remember one of the sets that we opened, we got a sketch and one of them didn't do it, so they I guess they had all signed the back of them ahead of time, and then the guy backed out, so they crossed it off. I don't know. Hopefully it wasn't like there was a problem, like a falling out or anything. 2 for your duel. I mean, I haven't seen him. I mean, he's in the Star Wars stuff because he does an animated voice, but in the Star Trek, all the Star Trek stuff that I've opened, so I guess he's only signed on old things. Because it's always amazed me, and I guess it's just because of the product itself, the license. But I would think that if he signed for a Star Trek product, his autograph would be worth, a decent amount. Yet when he signs for Star Wars, he's, not worth much at all, like $30. If they never did it, they should have the main original cast signed card. I mean, they'd have to do cuts for half of them now, but that'd be pretty cool. I know with the, was it that Next Generation archive boxes that we just opened? The actual hobby version, the actual cases of it, you could pull a Doohan cut signature, I believe. Oh, I already cut the plastic off of that. Oh, I didn't cut the stickers though. Oh, did that sticker. What'd we get? Okay, not bad. This is card number 81 with Kirk meets his son. So it's a close-up of Shatner, and maybe I'll show you the black. What's going on, EJ? So these are just going to be other inserts, and my desk is considerably smaller. It's covered in stacks of cards right now, so I'm working in a smaller area. Sandy Gimple. And Zoe McClellan. it's going good. You know what? I'll show you. So our printing plate was card 81 if you didn't see it. So it's got a close-up of a younger Shatner. And our two sketches, so we had Roy Cover with that guy. And this is Jason Portraits. I apologize on how to pronounce it, but I think that is a pretty sick sketch. Alright, EJ, to answer that question, yes, I will be doing something. I was figuring that the third Next Generation archive box, that'll probably be the one that I will do. Doug Wirt. What I'm going to do is I'll do it on Sunday. Avery Brooks. Because the way I plan on having myself set up, Claire Rankin. And Garrett Graham. So the way I plan on having myself set up, there's not going to be much to clean. And I'm hoping that I got everything so cheap that I won't be bringing anything home with me. But if I can get myself all cleared out, then, you know, like, I think the show ends at 3 and you got to be out of there by 5 or something like that on Sunday. So I'll be able to use that time to open that archive box. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little drawing where I'm going to give a spot away in that break at the show. So I'll have a little bucket and I'll make up some little things, little entry things, and all you'll have to do is stop by, say hi. I don't think I'll make it where you have to buy something. I think that's kind of cheesy. So we'll Melanie Smith. Because the nice thing about that archive box is that there's nothing unknown in it. So I can open it without having the random done if I don't want to do it myself, or if the Wi-Fi is really bad there. Eric Anderson. Because I didn't even know that they have Wi-Fi there, but Harris told me they did, but he said it's kind of spotty. Michael Champion. And this will probably be the number 3 pick, I'm going to guess. Patrick Stewart. Maybe number 4. Figure that one sketch, the printing plates. Oh, you know what? The relic, the Enterprise relic. And then Shatner. Oh, it's already up. I had a whole bunch of breaks come up last night. There's a third one of these that went up last night. There's the Star Trek Beyond, which is super cheap. It's on sale for like $500 or $600 for the case. So I got a break of that up where there's no base cards involved, only the hits. And that break's actually almost full. No, I'm not going Friday to set up. It's too far for me to drive. I'm not staying overnight there. Lee Merriweather and James Nardini. I'm doing my best to have everything set up at my house before I go. Like, I've got boxes already set and labeled, and all the extra base sets that I was able to make from extra cards or people didn't want. And my buddy, he couldn't take any more. I give him so many sets. Also, some of the sets, like Twin Peaks, for instance, he didn't feel that they were appropriate for 10-year-old kids, which I don't disagree with him. Gary Graham. Let's save him for the last of that one. That's one of the captain's ones there. Scott McDonald. You wish. Only if they're stuck together. Robin Sachs. And then if that's the case, you're not going to be happy about having two autographs back to back. And then Scott Bakula. But also on that Star Trek Beyond, Blowout had the official binders on sale for $10. So a couple people had asked to grab those too. Considering, you know, when they're first come out, they're like 30. Benton McKeon. Hey, EJ, you had sent me a message asking me about J. Paul Boehmer, about doing a break of some Game of Thrones stuff. Do you know somebody that has them and you were just kind of figuring on a price, or were you asking if I could do one, like if I could get one? Sandra Nelson? Usually Rittenhouse puts a P3 promo in the binder. There's William Shatner. I forget their order that they do things. You know, P1 I know is just the general giveaway that they give everywhere. I'm not sure where P2 and P4 go, and then P3 is usually the one in the binder. Rittenhouse has been doing that for a while now. Back, you know, older stuff, there used to be like an autograph. Matter of fact, the Star Trek The Next Generation, the one autograph card, or no, is that a case topper? The autograph card was a case topper. I was taking guesses. Was I remotely close on what I thought the price would be for those two? Wayne Grace. Brian Markinson. I mean, like I said, they're a little bit before my time on those, so you know, it was a real shot in the dark on how much I thought they were worth. I almost wonder if the rarity of what they are is more valuable than the contents. So they might be worth a lot more than I said. Jad Major. Tassia Valenza. And we still have two captains to find in here. Plus, I don't think we got the Jonathan Frakes yet. Oh, well, there's one of the captains. Yeah, I know that. Kelly O'Connell. Wade Williams. Mike Genovese. Oops, sorry. Holding that kind of funny. And Kate Mulgrew. I'll open up a new pack. Right, but what I mean is, like, say, Season 3, for instance, are the contents of the archive box actually worth less than the archive box itself because of how rare it is? go, inserts. All right, we got here Christopher Carroll. Charles Dennis. There's our first stamp. Caitlin Hopkins. That is the one cool thing about the older archive boxes, is that they include everything, even the incentives. That's why Lou Wagner, I think that Orville archive box is actually a decent deal right now, because Ren Brown, you get a Seth MacFarlane and a Rob Lowe in it, plus you get the two archive exclusive, not archive exclusives, the incentives, the dual autographs, plus you get the printing plates. And you get the mirror bridge cards too, which are only 2 a case. Lisa Kamenier. And Saya Batten, or Sia, I don't know, sorry. Oop, wrong pile. Autographs go over here. Now, like on Orville, when the prices settle down, you know, the archive box should drop a few $100s. Our next stamp. There's Jonathan Frakes. David Huddleston. Michael Norrie. And Jonathan Frakes. Yes, they are. I wonder where they must have picked them up from somebody really cheap. I can't imagine that they had 9 or 10 of those. Of course, I'm a little bummed because, you know, when I told them about, you know, that they were way too expensive and that the stuff was a dumpster fire, you know, when I tried to do my own break, and, you know, I understand it was still relatively new, but, you know, when they want to do something big like that, they let Houdini do it. Kevin Conway. I really wanted to, one of these days I wanted to open up that stuff, but I guess I'll never get the opportunity. Robin Curtis. And I tell you what, they open up 10 of those. They don't pull one of the one Harrison Fords. That'll be fun. I don't know how much of Stellar 2's been opened. And I can't believe they're doing a Stellar 3. Stamp. Karen Landry. And and Joey Oresco. Oh, definitely. I don't disagree. I was half tempted to get a spot myself, but I don't collect it enough to care. Gina Hecht, Dan Shore, Hillary Shepard Turner. Yeah, but you get under that Lisa Wilcox, you get under that magic $100 spot, Cindy Sorensen. There's still Michael Corbett. You got let's see, you got Ford, Jackson, Ridley, Driver, the Sketch. I'm not sure about I don't know the prices on the duels, so maybe you got like a 20-25% chance of at least breaking even. You know, I was looking at the Deep Space Nine one, but during one of these other video breaks, I was asking people, and they didn't think that there was enough interest in Deep Space Nine to do one. You know, especially with the price that these things are all going at. Jamie Hubbard. David, is that Clennon? Yeah, David Clennon. Madchen Amick. Well, it doesn't have to be one and done for Stellar. It could be every, you know, like alternate Masterworks and Stellar. You know, just like they should be alternating some of these other sets and not putting them out every year. But, you know, somebody had made a good point that what Topps is doing is they're using Star Wars to make up for the fact that they don't have football and they don't have basketball, they don't have hockey. I mean, they're pumping out, you know, Walking Dead sets. I think they're done with. I think Walking Dead, I have a feeling that they're done with, because a lot of that stuff just didn't go over well. Stamp. I mean, the autograph series did good. That was a fun set, you know, because it wasn't super expensive. Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, so, you know, people were willing to take a shot at it. Joel Sweeto. But going back to that DS9 archive box, in my opinion, this archive box is a no-brainer at the price, because getting Shatner, Stewart, those captain's autographs, the phaser cut cards, the relics, and the two sketches, I mean, that you know, makes up for a lot. Most of the lower tiered autographs, you know, there's only a couple in the regular batch autographs that are really worth anything. Wayne Thomas York. But Leonard John Crowfoot. Bertilla Damas. And that's why the Next Generation archive box is a little bit cheaper, and getting the guaranteed Nimoy right there. I mean, that is, that's half the cost of the box on its own, and then you got Frakes, Curtis, Crosby, Spiner, Ashley Judd, Kelsey Grammer, David Ogden Stiers, and then you have a bunch of the little, $5-10 autographs. Kim Rhodes. Here's Joel Sweetow again. It's the same thing with Upper Deck and Marvel. They had posted some information about 2019 masterpieces. I mean, if you're going to do masterpieces, plus you're going to do premiere, and now you're going to do Flair, all within 12 months of each other. Deborah May. Michael Bailey Smith. The biggest one I'm curious about is I want to see how much that CZX Superheroes and Supervillains is going to cost a case. Robert Schenken. James Horan. And Lawrence Montaigne. Yeah, but Cryptozoic usually does pretty good by us. And the fact that they're letting the artists commission their cards now, and the fact that they're allowed to do all of the movies, I think that's a huge plus right off the bat. I mean, without even knowing who they're getting autograph-wise. You know what? Solo could have been huge if they actually got autographs. They didn't get anybody. And that's the problem. It was the same thing with Black Panther. Black Panther really wasn't a bad set. I mean, it's just the autograph list was really tiny. Bertilla Damas #2. Charlie Brill. But that's the thing. Upper Deck was doing that, where they would show a mock-up of an autograph that they know they don't have, and then everybody would think that that's in the set. Topps did it with the last year's Masterworks. I mean, they put Mark Hamill right on the front, knowing people are going to assume he's in there, and then they don't even get him in there because of the problem that they have with him. All right, so that is it. Archive box is opened. Again, our printing plate was card 81. This is from Star Trek 2. It says Kirk meeting his son. And it doesn't want... There we go. And then our two sketches. So we got our first one is Roy Cover. And the second one here, pretty sure it's Jason Potraz. Apologize on the name. Here, let me do that so you can... Here, I'll go to the signature. And I am thinking that this is supposed to be Khan. I can't remember in Star Trek 2 when he came in out of that sandstorm, when they put the bugs in Chekhov and the other guy's ears. if that's what he looked like when he came in, when he was all bundled up. I don't remember offhand, but I think that's who that is. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Tonight, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to scan the plate, the 2 sketches, and the 5 captains cards. Okay, good. At least I got it right. I haven't seen Star Trek 2 in forever. The other stuff, I'm not going to scan it. I mean, I think we all know what it is. Nothing looked out of whack. This is our second one that we're doing right now this month. So, however the draft went in the last box, that's my draft list for this box. So, that'll be it. It should be pretty easy that way. If anybody needs to see something specific, just let me know. But, I'm getting kind of swamped here. I got to finish sorting all these base sets. All right, so anyway, thank you for watching. Breaks going on right now. There's a third one of these. Try to take advantage. I know it's a lot of stuff. There's a couple of really good deals on Blowout right now with these April shower sales. So there's another one of these. There's another Next Generation Series 2. Star Trek Beyond just hits, no base cards, and they have binders on sale for $10 for Star Trek Beyond. So I think that's a pretty good deal. That break might be full, actually. I gotta check. I know one of the breaks was almost full. I did put up more Game of Thrones Inflections. Unfortunately, the price has gone up a lot. But it looks like, from what I was reading, everybody's having trouble getting their getting product on that. So, they're going to take advantage of the limited supply. I don't blame them, honestly. What else do I have a break of? Beyond Inflections, these two. Oh, Orville Archive box. I think that's a great one. You're guaranteed every autograph except for Rob Lowe, because there's an exclusive Rob Lowe in the archive box. Plus, you get the 6 and 9 case incentives. And I also did do Star Trek Discovery archive box. I don't watch the show for Discovery, so it's got everybody in there. There's a couple that they don't have, but they just replaced them with archive exclusives, like Sonequa Martin Green, which would be the big pull on that one. So that's about it. If there's anything else you're interested in, shoot me a message. Check out the Facebook group, iFish73 Mail Service and Breaks. That's about it. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next break.